Have you ever felt like life's storms, stress, setbacks, doubts are pulling you under, draining your emotional strength? What if the secret to standing tall isn't fighting harder, but mastering your inner world? Welcome to a journey inspired by Stoic wisdom, where we uncover 10 habits to build unshakable emotional resilience. From starting your day with clarity to finding peace in letting go, these practices don't just help you survive, they empower you to thrive. Imagine facing any challenge with calm, confidence, and purpose. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll have the tools to transform your emotional life. Starting today, start your day by identifying what you can control. Imagine waking up each morning to a flood of thoughts, tasks to tackle, challenges ahead, and worries swirling in your mind. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, caught up in stress over things beyond your reach. But what if you could shift that energy and reclaim your emotional strength? Inspired by Stoic philosophy, the habit of starting your day by identifying what you can control offers a simple, yet transformative approach to building resilience. The Stoics, masters of inner peace, believe true strength lies in focusing only on what's within our power, our attitudes, actions, and responses, while letting go of what isn't, like others' behaviors or unexpected events. This principle, often illustrated by the idea of internal and external circles, empowers you to direct your energy wisely. Instead of wasting emotional resources on things you can't change, you take ownership of what you can influence. So, how do you put this into practice? When you wake up, pause before diving into the day. Ask yourself, what do I control today? Make a mental list, your mindset, how you prepare for a meeting, the way you respond to a setback. For example, if you're facing a hectic workday, don't stress over a colleague's reaction or a delayed project. Instead, focus on your effort, your calmness, and your problem-solving approach. This shift doesn't just reduce frustration, it puts the power back in your hands. The beauty of this habit is its immediate impact. By starting your day with clarity about where your energy belongs, you stop feeling helpless or at the mercy of circumstances. You're no longer rattled by external chaos because you've anchored yourself in what you can shape. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. A rude comment? You control your response. A sudden obstacle? You decide how to move forward. This Stoic-inspired habit sets the tone for emotional resilience. It's not about controlling everything. It's about mastering your inner world. Tomorrow morning, before the whirlwind of life takes over, take a moment to reflect. What's mine to control today? Focus there and watch how it transforms your emotional state. With each day you practice, you'll build a foundation of strength that carries you through life's challenges with composure and confidence, no matter what comes your way. Practice the inner pause before reacting to emotions. Have you ever snapped at someone in anger or let frustration spill over, only to regret it moments later? We've all been there, swept up in the heat of the moment. Our emotions take the wheel, and impulsive reactions follow. But what if you could break that cycle and respond with clarity instead? Rooted in Stoic wisdom, the habit of practicing the inner pause before reacting to emotions is a powerful tool to build emotional strength and self-control. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught that while we can't always stop emotions like anger, sadness, or anxiety from arising, we can choose how we respond to them. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is where the inner pause comes in, a brief moment of stillness that lets you step back, reflect, and decide your next move consciously, rather than letting emotions dictate it. So how does it work? When you feel that surge of emotion, say, a colleague's remark stings or a stressful situation looms, train yourself to stop. Take a deep breath, count to 5, or even step away briefly. This pause isn't about suppressing what you feel. It's about giving your mind space to process it. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? How can I respond thoughtfully? For instance, instead of firing back at a frustrating comment, breathe, then choose a calm, measured reply. That small gap shifts you from reaction to intention. The impact of this habit is profound. It stops regrettable outbursts and builds resilience by keeping you in control, even in emotionally charged moments. Whether it's a heated argument or a wave of anxiety before a big event, the inner pause lets you reclaim your power. Over time, it becomes easier to face challenges with grace, Your emotions no longer hijack your actions. This practice doesn't demand drastic change. It's a simple shift you can start today. Next time you feel the tension rising, pause, breathe, reflect, then respond. That moment of stillness bridges raw feeling and wise action, fostering emotional strength with every use. As the Stoics knew, true power lies not in avoiding emotions, but in mastering how we handle them. Embrace the inner pause and watch it transform your days with newfound composure and confidence. Be honest with yourself. How often do we shy away from the uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our flaws, mistakes, or insecurities? It's tempting to hide behind denial or defensiveness, especially when rejection or failure stings. Yet, the Stoics believe that true emotional strength begins with unflinching honesty. The habit of being honest with yourself, embracing your reality without shame, is a cornerstone of resilience and self-awareness. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasized knowing who you are as the first step to growth. Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly, he said. This isn't about harsh self-judgment. It's about acceptance, facing your imperfections and strengths alike. When you stop pretending everything's fine or blaming external factors, you unlock the power to change. Honesty strips away illusions, offering clarity to build a stronger, more authentic you. Think about a time you avoided a tough truth, maybe a habit holding you back or a choice misaligned with your values. Dodging it might feel safe at first, but it weighs you down. Now imagine facing it head-on. It stings, yes, but that moment of truth brings freedom. You see where you've stumbled not as failure, but as a chance to learn. This shift, from avoidance to ownership, lays the groundwork for emotional growth. Practicing this habit is simple yet profound. Set aside time daily to reflect. Ask, where am I holding myself back? What do I need to admit to move forward? Maybe it's acknowledging procrastination, a strained relationship, or a fear you've ignored. Don't judge, just observe. This isn't about perfection, it's about aligning with reality. The Stoics saw this as essential to wisdom. By knowing yourself fully, you take responsibility for what you can control, your actions, mindset, and progress. The payoff? Confidence and liberation. When you stop hiding from yourself, you approach life grounded in truth, not pretense. Vulnerability fades into strength as you embrace the full picture of who you are. It's not always easy. Truth can be raw, but it's in that rawness that resilience blooms. You no longer waste energy on excuses, you channel it into growth. Start today. Sit with your thoughts, peel back the layers, and face your truth without shame. As the Stoics knew, this honesty isn't a burden, it's a gift. It's the path to an emotionally stronger, more authentic you, ready to tackle life's challenges with clarity and courage. Reflect on daily events. How often do we rush through our days, swept up in tasks and emotions, without pausing to look back? Life moves fast, and it's easy to miss the lessons hidden in our experiences. Yet, the Stoics saw reflection as a key to emotional strength. The habit of reflecting on daily events, taking time to review your actions, reactions, and feelings, builds self-awareness and resilience, turning each day into an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, often wrote in his meditations about his day, examining where he succeeded or faltered. This wasn't about dwelling on the past, it was about understanding himself better. Reflection lets you step outside the chaos and see your life with clarity. It's like holding a mirror to your actions, showing you what worked, what didn't, and why. By doing this, you uncover patterns, spot strengths, and pinpoint areas to improve. Picture a tough moment from your day, a disagreement or a stressful task. How did you handle it? Did you stay calm or let frustration take over? Now, imagine taking 5 minutes at night to think it over. Ask, what did I do well? What could I have done differently? If you snapped at a colleague, reflection might reveal impatience you can work on. If you navigated a challenge smoothly, you'd reinforce that strength. This isn't self-criticism, it's insight. The power of this habit lies in its simplicity. You don't need hours, just a quiet moment before bed. Mentally replay your day, the wins, the stumbles, the emotions. What triggered your anger? Where did you show patience? This practice helps you learn from mistakes instead of repeating them, and it celebrates progress, no matter how small. The Stoics used it to live intentionally, and you can too. It's course correction for your emotional compass. Over time, reflection sharpens your wisdom. You'll spot how emotions drive impulsive choices and learn to respond with reason instead. It builds resilience by showing you've grown through challenges, not just survived them. A few minutes daily can transform how you face tomorrow, arming you with clarity and purpose. Try it tonight. Sit with your day, review it honestly, and let it teach you. As the Stoics knew, emotional strength isn't about avoiding missteps. It's about learning from them. Reflect, grow, and watch your resilience deepen, one thoughtful evening at a time. Learn the art of letting go. Loss is inevitable, whether it's a job, a relationship, a dream, or even a sense of certainty. It arrives uninvited, stirring sadness, anger, or fear, and it's easy to feel unmoored. Yet, the Stoics saw loss not as a breaking point, but as a natural rhythm of life. The habit of learning the art of letting go, accepting change without clinging, builds emotional resilience, freeing you to move forward with strength and grace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Everything, people, possessions, moments, is temporary. Fighting this truth traps us in regret or resentment, draining our emotional energy. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means releasing the need to control what's gone. It's an act of trust that life keeps unfolding, even after loss. Think of something you've held on to, a grudge, a past failure, an unmet expectation. Why cling? Fear of the unknown or pain often keeps us stuck, but holding on weighs you down, while letting go liberates. After a breakup, you might let go of bitterness to heal. After a job rejection, release the what-ifs to focus on new paths. Each release lightens your load, creating space for growth and peace. How do you practice this? Start by recognizing what's beyond your control. You can't undo the past or force outcomes, so why grip them? Acknowledge the loss, feel it, then choose to move on. It's not weakness, it's power. The Stoics taught that emotional strength comes from accepting life's flux, not resisting it. Let go of external validation too. Your worth isn't tied to what's lost. This habit takes time, but transforms you. Imagine forgiving a slight instead of fuming, or accepting a missed chance without self-blame. Each act builds resilience, showing you can face uncertainty without breaking. It's practical. When a plan fails, say, "It's done," and pivot. Emotionally, it's freeing. Past burdens no longer define you. Begin today. Identify one thing you're holding on to, a worry, a memory, and consciously release it. Feel the shift as you trust life's flow. The Stoics knew letting go isn't defeat, it's victory over inner turmoil. Master this art, and you'll stand stronger, unshaken by loss, ready for whatever comes next with an open heart and a steady mind. Life tempts us with distractions, endless notifications, fleeting pleasures, or the urge to procrastinate. It's easy to drift, letting impulses steer us off course. Yet, the Stoics prized self-discipline as a pillar of emotional strength. This missing habit, practice self-discipline, is about mastering your desires and actions, aligning them with your deeper values to build resilience and inner calm. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught that freedom comes not from indulgence, but from control. No person is free who is not master of themselves, he said. Self-discipline isn't punishment, it's empowerment. It's choosing the hard but meaningful over the easy but empty. Whether resisting a late-night binge or pushing through a tough task, it's the ability to say no to fleeting whims for a greater yes to your goals. Think of a time you gave in, skipped a workout, snapped in anger, or delayed a duty. How did it feel after? Now imagine the opposite, sticking to a plan despite fatigue or staying calm under pressure. That's self-discipline in action. It's not about perfection, but consistency. The Stoics knew small, daily choices shape character, and each act of restraint strengthens your emotional core. How do you start? Pick one area, say, time management or emotional reactions, and set a clear rule. If you're prone to scrolling, limit it to 15 minutes. If frustration flares, pause before speaking. Start small, but stick to it. Each victory builds momentum, proving you're not a slave to impulses. The Stoics valued this practice because it puts you in charge, not your fleeting moods. The reward is profound. Self-discipline cuts chaos, replacing it with purpose. You're less rattled by setbacks because you've trained your will to endure. Emotionally, it's a shield. Temptations lose their grip, and you gain steady confidence. A tough day becomes a chance to prove your strength, not a spiral into weakness. Begin today. Choose one temptation to resist, a snack, a rant, a delay, and hold firm. Feel the power in that choice. The Stoics understood that emotional strength grows through disciplined effort, not chance. Practice this habit, and you'll forge a mind that bends but never breaks, ready for life's tests with unwavering resolve. Practice mental detachment. In a world buzzing with noise, news, opinions, expectations, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, as if everything demands your reaction. Emotions flare, stress mounts, and clarity slips away. The Stoics, however, offered a remedy: mental detachment. This habit, practicing mental detachment, builds emotional strength by teaching you to stay present without being consumed by external chaos, preserving your peace and focus. Epictetus, a Stoic sage, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Mental detachment isn't about shutting out the world or numbing emotions. It's about stepping back, creating space between events and your response. You engage fully but don't let criticism, setbacks, or drama define you. It's the art of observing without drowning, staying grounded no matter the storm. Think of a time negativity hit, a harsh word, a failure, a flood of bad news. Did it derail you? Mental detachment shifts that. Imagine hearing a critique and noting it without taking it personally. You listen, assess, and let go if it's beyond your control. This isn't coldness, it's strength. The Stoics knew we can't stop others' actions or life's curveballs, but we can control our inner state. How do you practice? Start by recognizing what's yours to manage: your thoughts, your effort, not others' opinions or outcomes. When tension rises, pause. Ask, is this in my control? If not, release it. A rude comment? Acknowledge it, then move on. A missed goal? Learn from it, don't stew. This distance cuts emotional clutter, freeing you from pointless turmoil. The impact is striking. Mental detachment keeps you calm when chaos swirls. You're not hooked by every headline or slight. You choose what matters. Emotionally, it builds resilience. You feel life's highs and lows without losing balance. A stressful day becomes manageable, not crushing, because you've set boundaries between you and the noise. Try it today. Next time frustration looms, traffic, a snub, step back mentally. Breathe, observe, don't react. Let the wave pass without pulling you under. The Stoics mastered this to live with wisdom, not whim. Practice mental detachment, and you'll navigate life with a steady mind, unshaken by what you can't change. It's not detachment from living. It's attachment to your own strength, a quiet power that endures anything with grace. Set a daily purpose. How often do you wake up and drift through the day, letting routine or others' demands steer your time? Without direction, days blur into a cycle of tasks, leaving you drained and unfulfilled. The Stoics, champions of intentional living, offer a solution: set a daily purpose. This habit, defining a clear intention each day, builds emotional strength by infusing your life with meaning and focus. Marcus Aurelius emphasized purpose in his meditations, urging himself to align actions with values. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, he wrote. Setting a daily purpose isn't about a daunting to-do list. It's about one meaningful goal that gives your day direction. What's your why today? It could be learning something new, supporting a friend, or simply staying present. This clarity transforms how you move through the hours. Think of days you've coasted: emails, errands, autopilot. Compare that to a day with intent, finishing a project or practicing patience. The difference? Purpose fuels energy and pride. The Stoics' new intention turns time into progress. It's not about grandeur, small aims count. Today, I'll listen fully, or I'll tackle one challenge calmly, can shift everything. By day's end, you've achieved something tangible, boosting resilience. How do you start? Each morning, pause. Reflect, what will make today matter? Pick one focus tied to your values: growth, kindness, effort. Write it down or hold it in mind. If it's be present with family, Let that guide you past distractions. If it's learn a skill, carve out time. This isn't rigid, it's flexible intent. The Stoics used this to live deliberately, not reactively, and it anchors you too. The reward is immediate. A daily purpose cuts aimlessness, giving you a compass. Emotionally, it builds strength. You're not tossed by whims, but rooted in choice. A tough day feels worthwhile when it serves your why. You end with fulfillment, not just fatigue, knowing you've taken a step forward. Try it tomorrow. Before the rush, set your purpose. Maybe stay calm under pressure, or create something small. Let it steer you. The Stoics taught that strength grows from living with aim. Set a daily purpose, and you'll face each day with clarity and courage, turning ordinary moments into a life of quiet power and steady growth. There you have it, 10 Stoic-inspired habits to forge emotional strength. From identifying what you control each morning to setting a daily purpose, these practices, pausing before reacting, embracing honesty, reflecting nightly, cultivating gratitude, letting go, prioritizing wisely, detaching mentally, and mastering self-discipline, build a resilient foundation. They're not about avoiding life's challenges, but facing them with wisdom and calm. Pick one habit, start today, and watch your inner strength grow. If this resonated with you, share this video with someone who'd benefit and hit subscribe. We're on this journey together, growing stronger every day. See you in the next one.